Hello and welcome to Expedition Online Mount Kilimanjaro, the Summit Series. I'm Sam Donovan and with me tonight is Kimmy Page. Kimmy, how are you tonight?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm really excited for a big finale here. We just came off of a huge Final Five vote where it was between Robin and Carl, clearly from the get-go, and they both knew it. So we spent much of Crossroads hearing both of their pitches. What did you think about both of their pitches?
Well, I liked the fact that they were both really fighting for their life in the game. I think they're both really well-spoken, so at some point I was wondering if it was actually going to hurt them, because if you're super well-spoken and you can talk to people start to think, oh, they're going to do well, so but Robin's rehearsed speech was pretty interesting. I don't know if that helped him at all, but I like the fact that they were both fighting.
For sure. It's always good to see him fight, especially when it comes down to the Final Five. I mean, your life is on the line and there's not very much room to hide, so it was good to see him fight. At the end of the day, we saw King Carl and Queen Lainey, which is our new nicknames apparently for them, both vote for Robin, but the other three vote for Carl, and Carl is the next explorer to go home, rather. Overall, what did you think of Carl's game?
I thought Carl is so smart. I think he played really well. I just don't think he hit it very well. He didn't hide his intelligence very well, so I think he was a big target kind of from the beginning. Super impressed by some of the moves he made.
Yeah, for sure. He played a very strong game, and I think everybody had the right read that if he got to the end, he definitely could have won the game. So
Definitely.
with him out, we are down to our final four. We have Lainey, Robin, Sneha, and Trent going at it in the final four, and we have an action-packed night tonight. So without further ado, let's send it over to...
I'm back again.
I kind of got a little bit blindsided by that vote because they ended up voting out Carl. And I voted for Robin. I'm not upset that they voted out Carl, but it was kind of a little bit of a whoa. I thought I had a little bit of trust into Snab just because I played the compass for her and everything like that. And, I just figured that the best move was to get rid of Robin. And apparently that didn't work out. And the second that they got rid of Carl, I was pretty sure, I'm sitting here now and I'm pretty sure that my days are gonna get numbered unless I win Exemption.
At Crossroads, I really tried to kind of bring up the fact that Carl and I were working together and that he did a really good job of tricking me into thinking that I could trust him, and I really played up the fact that they made an amazing play with their compass, which they did. In the end, Carl went home, so I was really happy about that.
Greetings, explorers! Today's challenge is called Building Kilimanjaro. Your goal is to build the tallest standalone mountain of solo cups to win Exemption. You will have 15 solo cups, a deck of playing cards. This challenge will be played in 3 single elimination rounds. Each round, the explorer with the shortest solo cup mountain will be eliminated. In the end, you want to be the explorer with the tallest standalone solo cup mountain to win Exemption. You will use your solo cups and your cards in whatever fashion you see fit, as long as it's only built of cups and cards. It cannot be leaning on anything. You cannot be touching it to hold it up. Oh, and as you see here, all the cups must be right side up. No upside down cups to build this mountain, and good luck.
Welcome everybody into the Final Four Exemption Challenge. This is an epic Building Kilimanjaro. They are going to be competing against each other in 4 rounds, building the tallest structure. Each round, the explorer with the smallest structure will be eliminated, and the remaining explorers will compete head-to-head until we have 1 explorer standing. That last explorer will win Exemption and be guaranteed in a spot in the final 3. Are you guys ready to go?
Sure.
All right, our first round, all 4 explorers will compete, and this round we'll have a 3-minute time limit. All right, on your marks, get set, go.
And they're off. this is going to be an interesting challenge to watch and therefore to commentate on. Kimmy, what do you think?
This is like stressing me out watching this because I did a challenge in a mini where I had to stack cups and my hands were so shaky because I drink so much coffee. So this is really hard.
And 3 minutes for this first round will go pretty quick, but by the end, if
Yeah.
you're building for 5 minutes, that's a long time.
We have passed the 1 minute
Yeah,
mark.
about the same.
Oh,
We're actually at 120.
Oh, and Sneha's dropped.
Oh.
Sneha is starting over.
Now we're only eliminating one contestant each round, so you don't need to have the tallest right now. You just need to have not the shortest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think Robin's thinking about just sitting tight now.
I think that's smart. I think if he does keep going, he needs to go really slow.
We have 1 minute remaining in this round. 1 minute remaining in this round.
Chris. Oh,
Sneha is starting over with 30 seconds to go.
I know she's so stressed right now.
Now it's going to be fast and furious.
But
Yeah.
she's still building.
15 seconds.
Ooh, oh goodness.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Sneha.
6,
Oh, it's not
5,
looking good.
4,
Although Trent looks
3,
like he stopped at 4 cups
2,
as well.
1. Time is up. You must stop. Let's measure those towers. We have Trent's at 20, Sneha at 25, Robin at 28. So I think Trent has been eliminated this round. So we have one less competitor. Trent has been eliminated. We're going to give you 1 extra minute. Round number 2. 3 finishers from round 1 are playing. 2 will move on. We have 4 minutes on the clock. I'm going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off with round 2. 4 minutes now for these 3 competitors to build, and just 2 of them moving on. Robin looks like he's out for just a leisurely stroll of stacking cups, taking his time,
No.
no rush.
Yeah, it looks like Lainey and Robin are taking their time more. Sneha seems a little stressed. Hers did fall like a lot last round, so I think she probably feels that pressure. They're all doing really well. Oh,
Sneha and Lainey both starting over
not.
at the
It
2 minute
goes
mark.
down.
We are halfway through. 2 minutes remaining.
Robin takes the hat, the sweatshirt, maybe the t-shirt will stay on. I'm corrected, but taking his time now, looking
Yeah.
like he's just going to take a little bit of a break.
yeah. Yeah, he's playing this really smart. He's going slow and then really focusing on their stacks. Ooh, they're all looking really tall. Oh gosh.
Lainey has a card fall in. She's now adjusting 1 row lower.
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
Oh, Robin.
Lainey has dropped. She is starting over with 20 seconds 20 seconds to go.
20
Everybody
seconds.
should, if you're Sneha and Robin, you stop.
15 seconds.
Stop right there.
Yep.
10,
They know.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Oh, man.
2, 1. Time is up.
Lainey
Wow.
just does not catch a
If we
break.
can get
Her
those
sack
measurements,
falls
Sneha with 34,
20.
Lainey with 20,
I have 28 again, it's 6 cups.
28 for Robin. Lainey, I'm sorry, you have been eliminated. We have a final of
Sneha
Robin
with
versus
7
Sneha.
cups. Robin was
Good luck, Robin.
that round.
The explorer with the tallest Kilimanjaro. After 5 minutes, we'll have Exemption and we'll have a guaranteed spot in the final 3. We are going to count down in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off. 5 minutes here.
Mm-hmm.
Sneha currently at 4 cups. Robin just placing his 3rd. And Sneha placing
We
her
are
5th.
1 minute into this competition.
So they are now again roughly tied, with Sneha already ready to place that 7th cup.
Mm-hmm.
Her stack has a slight bend in the middle, but it looks like it's gonna hold.
This is so nerve-wracking. You gotta hope there's not like a breeze or something. That would be terrible.
I hope they turned all of their fans off, closed all of their windows and doors.
Turn the AC off, everything.
We are at the 3-minute mark.
Living with them, don't
3
come
minutes.
inside
There
the
are
room
2
I'm in.
minutes remaining.
Yeah. Create all the animals.
Yeah.
So all she has to do is put that cup on, and then he has to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I can't put another one on.
You can't?
Are they
Nope.
both gonna sit there?
Hope that they put more cards
hands are
between
shaking
each cup
too
to
much.
make it taller.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be down to
Fox, what's the
millimeters.
tiebreaker?
Yeah, we have a tiebreaker.
What is it?
There's 30 seconds remaining, is what it is.
Docs is not gonna tell him what the tiebreaker is.
Oh gosh.
30 seconds. Robin looks like he's going for it. He knows he's behind the 8 ball. This could be epic.
15 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is he gonna put a cup
10.
on there?
He's
9,
going for it.
8, 7,
Oh my
6,
god.
5,
Oh
4,
my god.
3, 2, 1. That's time. Time is up.
He did
Let's
it.
get those measurements.
That is the gutsiest move that he needed to pull off. But there are no
Wow.
words for that.
That was amazing. He didn't want to risk the
34 again.
tiebreaker, not knowing what it was, and he knew he needed this. That was amazing.
That's 38.
Oh.
In the last 10
Wow.
seconds, Robin added another cup to take the win. Robin has won exemption
Wow.
at the final 4. Let's get those cameras back on, everybody. That was impressive. In the final 10 seconds, Robin put the last cup on to secure the lead. He built the tallest Kilimanjaro. Robin is exempt. I am going to send you guys back to camp for 20 minutes. I will see you at Crossroads in 20 minutes. Go ahead and go back.
All right, and that was a very fun challenge to watch. Robin comes out, builds the highest cup Mount Kilimanjaro, and he definitely needed that exemption, don't you think, Kimmy?
Yeah, his name was coming up a lot last Crossroads. It was pretty much between him and Carl. So I think he definitely felt the pressure. He got 2 votes, so I think he pretty much knew if he didn't win that people would vote him out.
And it came down, I mean, it was a clutch move by him. We mentioned this during the challenge, but within 10 seconds left, he places the final cup. That was the most exciting challenge we've had all season so far.
Yeah, that was insane. You got to take risks to get rewards, especially in this game, and that was a huge risk because he didn't know what the tiebreaker was going to be, and he was so close, and you could see like the gears turning in his head, and I think that was amazing that he went for it, and like it worked out in his favor.
It sure did. He made it to the final 4 here, and now he is exempt and automatically in the final 3. So going into this Crossroads, I personally think, alliances are a little bit out the window at this point. Everybody's thinking endgame. They're still not sure if it's a final 2 or a final 3. So everybody has their own best interest in their heart. I don't know if Trent, Laney, or Sneha will be going home, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's hard because like you have people you trust throughout the game, and you give your allegiance to them. But like you said, you have to start thinking about yourself, especially this late in the game. Because if you bring the wrong person to the end, you can lose by a vote or 2.
Yep, that's exactly it. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So let's let them strategize, and we'll catch up after Crossroads.
And oh my gosh, I made the silly error. So I made it to the final part of that challenge, and I didn't realize I was speaking into the mic, but I said, I don't think I can put the last cup on. And Robin heard me, and he was like, you don't think you can put the last cup on? And I was like, nope, my hands are shaking too hard. I don't think I can put the last cup on. And then in the last 10 seconds, Robin just goes and puts that one extra cup that won him that immunity. And I wish, if I hadn't said that, and I was this close to winning that immunity, and if I had won that immunity, Trent and I would have 100% voted out Robin. But Robin obviously
saved himself.
They're coming for you now, huh? You know that?
Who is?
Sneha and Lainey.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's what Lainey's pitching right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's what Laney's pitching, yeah.
But I think that, I'm voting Lainey.
Right, I am too.
I'm not going to stray from that. If you vote Lainey, I think that, it should be, I'm not going to say easy, but, I think we can get Sneha to vote Lainey as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is obvious. Sneha and I, we already talked, just like I talked to you. Look, what I said was the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate it, Trent. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And I mean, if you win, great job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Laney is your biggest threat.
Oh, yeah.
I think Sneha will vote Laney. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
I think so too. It would be weird for her not to.
Yeah, because another thing, what if we go to a 2-2 tie? Is she gonna go the wheel for Laney?
It's the wheel, right? Like the wheel is rocked, basically, right?
Yeah. You put your names on a wheel, spinning around.
Yeah,
that's what they did last season. I mean,
no, and
you're gonna go to the wheel for Laney. Okay,
they don't have that connection,
right? Nah,
I think you would be hard pressed in the length of game that we've played to find two people that would go to the wheel for each other. To be honest,
exactly.
She was trying to convince everybody that I was the biggest threat, which is kind of comical because, I am secretly a big threat. But, she hadn't thought that the whole game, and now she's going to have to make up some crazy story on why now I'm the biggest threat after the whole time thinking I'm not, which is funny. But anyway, it was great to hear it, I love it when, people start talking about how they're terrible players when they're really good players, and the bad players, you try to make them look good because you're trying to kiss up for them. It ain't going to work.
Well, this one has to be Trent.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Ugh. I mean, I'm a little bit worried, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, I'm worried too because I don't know what Trent and Robin are planning.
They're probably planning me, just based off what Robin said in the last crossroads. I mean, I just hope, from my side, I mean, I did save you, and that wasn't my it wasn't I just want to get Robin out. I would have done it regardless if it was just not even to get Robin out. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I can do to pitch myself. But
yeah, I mean so if they were doing
final two,
either one of us, and we did Trent, that would be 2 on one of us and 2 on Trent.
If we can get Robin on our side, I mean, I highly doubt it. I feel like he's gonna vote me.
Yeah, we gotta. I can tell him to come talk to you. Okay, I'll go in there.
I'm gonna pitch myself as hard as I can to appease to them, or I'm just going to have to deal with the situation.
I'm still good with you, Trent.
Oh, absolutely. I was pulling for you. I wanted you to win that so bad.
So I shouldn't have said that I couldn't stack one more. Shouldn't have said it. He wouldn't have. Yeah.
We need to get Laney, and then you or I have got to win an exemption.
And then get out Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the plan.
Agreed.
Hopefully one of the two of us can get him. But right now, Laney.
Right now, Laney. There's no other choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What did she try to say to you?
She basically said that she wanted to work with me and that she saved me. So she would hope that I would vote for her. Which, I mean, is fair, but
right.
It doesn't make sense for me to vote for her tonight.
I mean, you gotta do what's in your best interest.
Yeah, and my best interest was to get Carl out last. If Robin, yeah.
And that's why, I mean, it was a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I wish we could get Robin now, but we can't.
No.
I mean, I have an inkling that you're probably thinking me. But, I mean, obviously, the only person I can pitch to you is Trent. I mean, Trent hasn't pissed anybody off in the jury.
Trent's just
kind of out there.
He's out there, and I don't know. And when you talk to him, it's like he's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's speaking in like fables. You know what I mean? Like he's not actually like having a real conversation.
I mean, I'm not going to make a dumb decision. I'm going to make the right one.
He's like, well, you know, when the wind blows this way, I'm going to blow the wind that way. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. Like, he's just talking. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I've learned to kind of, to a degree, to appreciate your game. And if you came to me having this conversation right now, I'd probably rethink my vote. Like, if you didn't win Exemption.
Well, they've been in there a long time.
I don't know what they could be talking about.
That's what I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
He would try.
The only thing I can think about is them making it a tie vote. But then what would happen? Is there an equivalent to fire in this game, or would it?
It's a wheel. Your name would go on a wheel.
Because overall, it's not for $1 million.
I know.
So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm not really playing to like.
I know. Trust me, I've had that thought many times.
Yeah. Oh, I've had that thought too. But
where it's like, do I play it safe here, or do I just do something like cool because it's fun? You know what I mean?
No, I get you. But I mean, I at least hope that you can see, like, because we are probably the two most deserving to go to the final two.
I think so.
And I just hope you can see that. And I mean, again, like I said, I wouldn't mind hashing it out with you.
Right.
Well, you know, I just hope.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
And like, this is the best that I can tell you, probably. You have me thinking. For sure. 100%. Like, when we came back, in my head, I was like, oh, I'm just going to vote Lainey and, like, whatever. Yeah. But you have me thinking, because you are right. Like, there is something to
say about playing a good game against somebody else.
Mm-hmm. There's also, you know, the thing is, like, the final two is really not stressing me out, but, like, it's in the back of my head because I know that if there's a final two and there's another competition and I don't win it, I'm done. Like, I'm getting cut. There's no way I'm making it through.
How about this? If you take me through tonight,
okay,
you don't win, I will not vote you. I swear on my life. If you're giving me something now, I'll give you something then. Because I mean, it would be stupid for me to vote you if you didn't win. Because I know I'm not getting your vote.
Okay.
So, if we just either, I mean,
here's the other thing. There's also something to be said for, like, if we take each other, we can be like, hey, I'm so confident in my game that I'm willing to go up against the other best player.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Lainey pitched me pretty hard. She did a really good job. She actually got me to consider it. Every time there was kind of like a decision to be made between, okay, do I make a move that I think is going to help me win the game, or do I make a move because I think it'll be fun? If I could do both, that was the ideal. But that was the ideal situation. But if it was one or the other, I always kind of leaned towards doing the fun thing. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to take risks.
There is Robin. All right. I'm just trying to call up my Crossroads chat. Give me 1 second. I should have had this done during the break. Okay. Ah! He's gone! You guys. Come on back in. It's Naya.
Alright.
No worries. You can hear me, right? I can hear you.
I can.
Alright. Congrats to our final four. Tonight you will decide who will be the sixth member of the jury. It is the sixth. I figured it out. We know it won't be Robin because Robin won the epic Build Kilimanjaro challenge Robin, that was very impressive. In the final 10 seconds, you added one more tower, knowing that that additional level would seal the exemption for you. Talk to me about your decision to go for it with 10 seconds, especially considering before this, you were playing very conservative, right, in this challenge?
Yeah, I decided to take a more conservative route in the challenge just because in the first round, within, I don't know, not that much time, I heard cups falling. So in the first couple of rounds, I knew that you just didn't have to be, you just needed to not be last. So I was kind of keeping an eye on everyone instead of concentrating on building the highest tower because I didn't want my own to fall. And then in the last round, I was keeping an eye on Sneha, and I realized that we both had 7 cups. And I was actually ready to go to a tiebreaker, but then I heard her kind of say that she was shaking and that she didn't think she could put another one on top. So I was just like, I just decided to go for it and just dropped one on top, and that's what let me win, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it did, and if it didn't work out.
If it didn't work out, I'm out the door. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive that I'm done in the game if I didn't win. So yeah.
Well, Sneha, I'll ask you about the challenge as well, because those were 2 very impressive structures. Are you kicking yourself for telling Robin you couldn't go any further, or were you trying to encourage him?
Well, I didn't mean to say it into mic, and then I just said it out loud, and then I was on mic, and then I was like, crap, I said it. And my hands were shaking, and I don't know if you can tell, but I kept shaking my hands. But there was no way I could have stacked another cup without my entire tower falling.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just curious at the time if the decision was like, I'm going to tell him I can't go to make him risk his tower.
That was not at all the plan.
Yeah. I should say for the 5 of us here, we do have our work cut out for us because you guys voted Carl out at the last crossroads, and now I have to do a lot of heavy lifting. He was my assistant for many crossroads up to this point, so please jump in if you guys feel like you've got something to say. Trent, one of the appeals that Carl said last round was, hey, let's take a shot at Robin because he's good at these challenges. Is this something that the other 3 of you might be regretting right now?
No, I don't regret it at all. I think Carl was a incredible threat in the game. He's an incredible player. He's very friendly. He's very likable. He's very intelligent. The only thing that scares me about voting Carl out is now you've put him on the jury. And as a jury member, he is going to be a pitch person for Lainey. And if Lainey gets to the final, it's terrifying because he will be pitching for her to win the game. And he's so well-spoken, so intelligent, can lay the case out for her, and I think so. I think they were a pair that worked really well together, and I think they needed to be broken up. The problem is they're still a pair, and it's still extremely dangerous. So that's the only negative thing about sending someone like Carl to the jury, because he's going to be bringing it on that day too.
Go ahead, Lainey.
I mean, I would lie if I said, I didn't think Carl was a threat. I don't know how the cards would have played out, because, what if we got Robin out last time and he won Exemption today? It just depends. It's just kind of how the game ended up working out. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I wanted to be sitting next to him at Final 3. Would anybody really want to be? And me and Carl were pretty close. I was very trustworthy with him, and I told him everything. He was the only person who knew that I had the compass. But still, sitting next to him would kind of have put me in a bad place then.
So it's an interesting question, or it's an interesting thing that you bring up, like talking about sitting next to. Sneha, is this vote about anything other than who I want to be sitting next to?
No, that's definitely what this vote is about.
Does everybody agree? Is anybody want to disagree? Sneha, do you think?
I don't. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but there is this like funky element in the game right now, which is that, I mean, I think, and I think a few other people also think that we're actually going to go to a final 2 and not a final 3. And so, like, I don't think the game is done in terms of like us playing against each other after this vote. I think there's more work to do. So yeah, like, you think who you want to sit beside, but to say that like whoever's left right here is in the final and then we're going to go to jury votes, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we have another round left after this one.
Whether this is the last round or there's another round, are you saying that not until the last round of voting is the only time you think about who you want to be sitting next to?
Well, it's just, it adds the element of there's another exemption challenge, which means that there's going to be another vote. So yes, it's about who you're going to sit beside, but it's also about, don't win that exemption challenge, who's going to maybe help me get to the final 2. So it's just a little bit of an extra wrinkle in the game right now. And of course, I could be wrong. Like, maybe someone gets voted out and then it's like, hey, it's done. But I don't think that I think we're going to 2. I don't think we're going to 3.
Sneha, does everybody know where the votes are going except for me? Am I the only one who doesn't know where the votes are going?
No, I don't know if you're the only one that doesn't know where the votes are going. I think there have been many conversations with many people, so it's really hard to say that you for sure know where the votes are going, because you really don't know where everybody's heads are completely at. And I've been blindsided in the past, so I can sit here and say that I know where the votes are going, but it's not for sure.
Robin, what was helpful for me last round was that nice letter that you wrote for Trent and Sneha. Should anybody go check their post right now, or was that like...
I mean, I don't know. I was just trying to have a little bit of fun with it. I thought it would lighten the mood. But I don't know. I think that I right now I know where I'm voting. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where everybody else is voting, but I know where my vote's going.
Lainey, why should they keep you?
I mean, I think that first of all, I don't think I'd get a ton of jury votes. I don't think I'd get any of the Kibo votes at all. And also, like, yes, you can talk about like, oh yeah, well, you played a pretty, like, hard game, but also, like, everyone else sitting next to me has played a hard game. So it's not like, I feel like if those two were to sit next to either of us, it would be a battle. I mean, it's not like necessarily, because you played the best game and you're going to get all the jury votes. Like, that's, first of all, not necessarily true. And second of all, why can't I say the same about you in the same way?
Trent, why should they keep you?
I think that it is in the other players' best interest to keep me in the game. In this game, there's obvious choices where you ought to make them, and sometimes people screw up and they make a really dumb move with a dumb vote, and then it costs them the game. And if you make one of those dumb moves and dumb votes, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. This is an easy, clear-cut, simple vote that if you don't get it right tonight, you may be cutting your own throat. And so all I'm saying to people is do what is in your best interest, which is the same thing I've been doing the whole time.
Neha, why should they keep you?
Looking at everybody else that's left up here, I feel like I'm the least threat of the game. It's sitting next to me in the jury or in the final two. It's like most people here would win against me, so it just doesn't make any sense to vote me out.
All right. Before we vote, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
I'd like to add something.
Okay.
I mean, I basically said, like, just before, why you should keep me. And I did not pitch myself as a GOAT. Somebody just to take to the end and just, hopefully beat. So, I mean, I'd rather personally have a good win rather than just, this is a definite win that I'm going to get. So, I'm just going to leave that there.
Okay. Robin has individual exemption. Are you keeping it?
What do you... Come on. Of course I'm keeping it. Are you
You're
crazy?
allowed to give it away.
I'm not giving... No way I'm not giving it away.
Okay, well, there is no way Robin is giving it away. He is keeping it. So, Robin is exempt tonight, so you may not vote for Robin. You will vote for one of the other 3 explorers who will be the 6th member of our jury. Let's go vote. Okay. I have all of the votes. So I will read them. The person who's voted out will be the 6th member of the jury. Our first vote is for Lainey. Our second vote is for Lainey. Our third vote is for Trent. And our fourth vote and 6th member of the jury is Lainey. Lainey, your expedition has come to an end. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the party?
Well, it was really fun, guys. Good luck.
Good game, Lainey.
Good game, Lainey. Good job.
Good job. Good job.
Good job, Lainey. Congrats on making the final 4. How about if you stick around here and I will talk to you for a bit.
Okay.
The other 3 of you. Whoa, Trent. We ain't done here.
I'm always so slow. I was trying to get a jump on it, Everybody always laughs at me. He's the last guy to ever go anywhere, I was
playing us.
I was going to get on it today.
You've been playing us this whole time.
Yeah.
All right, Lainey, how about you stick around here and we'll have a chat. The other 3, you guessed it right. We are going to have our final exemption challenge. So can you head to the exemption challenge room and start getting set up?
Well, they basically know it's me. Congratulations, Robin.
Lainey, you are a great player. You know this game very well. I hope you enjoyed your experience. You pitched me really hard and you almost got me, but unfortunately this isn't a meritocracy, so even though you deserve to be at the end, I'm going to vote to send you home.
I am voting for Lainey tonight. I appreciate you helping me, Lainey, but I have no chance of beating you in the final, so I'm sorry.
All right, my vote tonight is for Lainey. It's going to be either you or I. I think it's a toss-up. I certainly won't be blindsided. So I hope that it's you going home tonight. I think that is the best play. If they don't make that play, I think they really cut their throat on the jury. I think they really made a big mistake that could end up costing Robin the game. So if Robin's got any sense at all, he's going to vote Lainey. If he doesn't, he may have just ended his game. So anyway, hope it goes my way, but if it doesn't, it's been a blast.
Only option at that point was Lainey, and oh, that was such a hard vote. Lainey, I'm so sorry I had to vote you out. Oh man, but you played such a good game. You were such a big threat too. So I'm so sorry I had to do it, but it had to be done.
I said everything that I could have said to get me maybe into the final 3, but I knew that it was essentially over. I mean, it's all good. I'm not upset. I mean, it's a game. That's all it is. I mean, people remember the final 4 vote out than the other 2 sitting at final tribal next to the winner. So hopefully, I mean, that's the only positivity I can think of this. And also, all my friends are on the jury.
Well, one more crossroads wraps up. The final 4 comes down to the final 3, and Lainey is unfortunately the next member of the jury. Jack, what do you have to say about Lainey's game all the way through?
Lainey played a really great game. I mean, you look, even in these past couple votes, she's played really well. You take that incredible play to eliminate Jordan with the compass play. But even so, coming into the rendezvous with the numbers down and being able to turn that party that was in the majority against each other, swinging over Jordan and Robin and then turning on them when that made sense for her game is really impressive. And then she's done a good job managing her threat level so that she wasn't targeted before Carl, and it just so happened that Robin won Exemption here. I have a feeling that if Robin had lost, he would have gone and she would have had a chance to make it to the final 2 as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, she was at the bottom for much of the game, but she found an early compass. She played that correctly. I mean, Lainey played a strong game, and at the, final 5 crossroads, was even dubbed Queen Lainey next to King Carl. So she came from worst to first almost. It's a great climb. So after her vote, we still have a night left now. We have officially a final 2 with one more exemption challenge coming. Kimmy, where do you think these players' their heads are at right now going into a final 3 challenge, which we know is going to be a daunting challenge?
Yeah, they're probably trying to get all their thoughts together because there was some speculation of possibly it's going to be a final 2, but they didn't know for sure. And so to get that confirmation, like, okay, the night's not over, you gotta do a challenge. It's hard to like get your brain to really focus, especially after that last challenge, and they had to really focus. And like Sneha said, her hands were shaking, and now you gotta go right back in and do another challenge. So hopefully everything goes well, and someone's gonna pull it out. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think, Robin definitely has the target on his back. Carl said it on his way out. If we don't get Robin now, he has a chance to win some challenges. But yeah. Trent has played a very strong second half of the game. And Sneha's had her hands in a couple different alliances and, has been able to sneak her way through with a low threat level. So I personally could see all 3 of them making a great case at a victory. It'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I think they're all playing pretty different games, so that's always really interesting. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see who makes the final 2.
Perfectly said. Let's go find out right now. Throwing it away over to Docs. Take it away, Docs.
So I was with my ideal final 3, me, Trent, and Sneha, and then we got the news that we already kind of knew was coming, which was that we were going to final 2 and not final 3. So I was pretty sure that I had to win the last exemption or else I was going home. I didn't really see either of them taking me with them to the final 2.
Greetings, explorers! Challenge Coordinator Jess here, welcoming you to your final exemption challenge. This is a big one. For phase 1, you'll be solving a math riddle. All of the pieces of the riddle have to do with our game of Expedition Online Kilimanjaro. Solve the equation, and then when you think you have solved the equation, make sure all your work is shown in numbers on your whiteboard or your notebook, and you will hop to the answer room that you'll see right below the exemption challenge room. Hold up your answer for the challenge mod, and they'll let you know if you are right or if you are wrong. If you're right, you'll automatically get started working on phase number 2 of this challenge. If you're wrong, you'll have to hop back to the exemption room to keep on working on your equation until you get it right. Phase 2 of the final exemption challenge is push-up pong. So you have the number from the equation that you solved. You will transport that number of cups from the table to the ground using your chin. Remember this? So you'll have to get up. You can be on your knees or you can stand up, whatever you're comfortable with. And you basically have to do a push-up to get up and down to place your cups. Once you have the correct number of cups in place, you'll take that cup of water, pour a little bit of water into the bottom of each of the cups on your other tape mark and shoot. The first 2 explorers to get 1 ping pong ball in each of their cups move on to phase number 3. Phase 3 of the final exemption challenge for Expedition Online Kilimanjaro is called Head Underwater. You will need that cup of water and you will need your broom, because what you're going to do is balance your cup of water on the bristles of your broom. You will start out with one hand right above the bristles and one hand on that 1 foot mark. You will raise it up, you'll have a 15-second count in to raise it up above your head. Your arms don't have to be straight, they can be, but if the broom falls down below your head or the water falls off like that, you're eliminated from the challenge. Once both explorers are successfully in position with their cup balanced on the broom and the broom above their head, they will stay here for 5 minutes. Then, every 5 minutes, you will have a 15-second transition. Move your hands down to the next marked spot on your broom. Once again, every 5 minutes, transition, transition, transition. And the final transition will be to have one hand on the end of the broom and the other hand on that 3 foot mark. The final explorer left standing wins Exemption and gets to choose who sits next to them in the final ascent with the final 2. Good luck.
All right, here we are, the final 3. This is the epic final exemption challenge. We have this in 3 phases. Phase 1 and phase 2 will be done simultaneously. The first 2 explorers to finish phase 2 will battle against each other in our final phase 3. The explorer who finishes phase 3 first will be exempt at our final crossroads.
Are
you guys ready to do this? This challenge has begun.
And we're on. We have a math problem.
Explorers are seeing a math problem they have to figure out and show their work. When they have their answer, jump to the answer room and ask Chantel if you got it right.
I'm not sure if I should announce this challenge, Jack, like Alex Trebek or like Kevin Harlan.
Yeah, that's the number 1 question right now.
So we have the number of explorers who played in the mini golf challenge multiplied by total number of cups retrieved per party in the ring toss ladder challenge plus the number of explorers at the rendezvous. So that number added together multiplied by the number of explorers who played in mini golf divided by the number of cups each explorer knocked over in the silly swing challenge minus the number of explorers on day 0.
That's a tricky. That last one's tricky. That last one's tricky. They might forget some of those early exits.
Right. We had certainly an interesting start to the season.
I'm always curious if these other players will take notice of how many cups the opposing players put down to help them with their math problem.
That's true
just
too.
like that. Just like that, Sneha heads to the answer room.
Sneha's out. They will be, and it looks like she was right on her first try.
Yeah, she was right.
So she's going for cups, but having a little trouble with it.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
she
there
goes.
she goes. Oh,
Drops it, but puts it back on the table. All right.
and Robin.
It's all right, she
Meanwhile,
has a bit of a
Robin has jumped to the answer room, and Sneha really needs to capitalize on this extra time.
Yes, which is slowly dwindling away. It's called push-up pong, rather, for a reason. You might have to get a little tricep workout getting those cups on the line. Robin's back, but does he have the question right? It looks like he's still counting, so I don't think he does. So Trent and Robin still working on math while Sneha just continues to slowly work at those cups. Slow and steady is working for her right now.
And I do like the initial approach that she had taken to it. She positioned herself so that her body blocked the cups that she was placing down on the floor, which eliminates the potential for cheating and the players to reverse engineer the math problem by seeing how many cups she has placed on the ground. Not sure if that was intentional or just a spacing thing, but
now to your point, though,
sake,
she has her cups set up, and Robin looks like he could be counting them. Trent may be able to take a hint from her as well, so
yeah, this could get very interesting very quickly. Oh, just like that, Robin heads to the answer room for the second time. We'll see if he comes back with the correct one and can get on to the second portion of this challenge.
And like you said, he should be able to look at Sneha's cup lineman here and maybe do some reverse math here and figure out that the answer is indeed 8.
Yeah, the tricky aspect is having to show your work. So if you have the answer that's 8, but you're missing 2 of those variables, it's impossible to solve. And this is when memory comes into the challenge at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And showing your math is huge here.
If I'm Sneha, I definitely look to this as a testament that you can pitch to the jury, a testament of how much work you've been putting into this, diligence, that you were able to get this math problem so quickly because it's tangible evidence of the note-taking and the memory of the game.
It's clear that she had a great read on the game and was paying attention and was dialed in this whole time.
Yeah. Robin goes again.
Third time's a charm for Robin. Let's find out.
Perhaps.
I'm not sure how long into this we are, but we are quite a ways into just a math question here for 2 players.
Yeah. And as we continue to go, that case for Sneha becomes even more compelling.
I got them all.
I got them all.
Let's see.
Wow.
Robin had
that
heard
counts.
enough and he left immediately.
Robin is
counts.
on to his 4th guess. Sneha's counting balls.
And Sneha has advanced to the second round.
Again.
Sneha makes it, so we have one of our 2 finalists.
Let's see which.
That's impressive.
Which of the
to
guys
finish
is going to
the first
join
2
her?
legs before either
Trent,
of the
can you turn your
competitors
screen
finish
on,
the
please?
first leg.
I mean, that is damn
Thank you.
impressive. I am shocked, and she has put herself in a great position. She can now rest, let her heart rate come down, because I'm sure it's spiked during that, and get ready for the 3rd leg.
Yeah, Robin resorting to his hands now, almost in disbelief.
We've had paper calculators, now he's going as old school as possible and using his hands.
Trent looks excited. I believe he might make the jump to the answer room. And just
He does.
like that, he does.
His first trip to the answer room. This could be it. Well, not it. I mean, he's got a lot of challenge ahead of him here.
Yeah, still.
Trent is back. He's shifting.
It appears that Trent got it.
But then I went twice, so it was 8. So it was
Trent off to the
8
cups.
times.
Now
the
Robin
total
is a
number
little bit
off.
of cups retrieved per party in ring toss ladder.
Robin can now work through the math out loud without the threat of the other 2 finding the answer. He played such a strong game. It's sad to see it come down to a math problem, and I know that he'll be rethinking it.
I know that's right.
If it does end up being the reason he loses.
I know that's right.
It just goes to show that even in an online game, it's going to take mental, physical, endurance. It takes it all. You can't have a weak spot in your game.
Of course. And I believe with that, Trent has started to throw. Or got more water, so he's about to throw.
He's very close to throwing at this point. With Trent going with a bounce technique. And Doc's looking confused at the technique, but it may be the way to go.
I don't know. Doc looked very disappointed in that, though, I believe. He would swat all of those in a normal game of Pong.
If this was Pong, old school rules, Docs is swinging.
Perhaps there's more than the eye can see, and there's a wall behind, and he's getting a backboard.
Yeah, it does look like he's kind of getting a lot of bounces going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure which cup he's aiming for, but it looks like one of the far right cups.
Oh, and with that, Robin leaves.
We saw Robin with a last-second win in the last Exemption challenge. Can he make a comeback here and make it 2 epic wins in a row? This would be something for the history books.
Some moment of truth here. It looks like he's still going on that problem.
He's got to be so dejected right now. If this truly is the end of Robin, I think we could have a very interesting Trent Sneha final 3. Again, assuming they agree to take each other or battle it out, and that is the end game here, which I would have to believe is the case. We'll have a very interesting final ascent here with Trent and Sneha.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the closest matchup. Robin has definitely demonstrated that he's a huge threat, and almost every jury member has, on their way out, said, get Robin, and
Trent,
he's eluded them. Oh.
Trent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's it.
Wow.
Trent has advanced. Robin, I'm sorry. He got tripped up by a math problem. Trent and Sneha are advancing to the next round. All right, we are going to start in 15, 14, 13, 12, 3, 2, 1. We are underway.
All right,
You're going to hold this in this position for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we will move down the handle. If after 20 minutes you're still going, we will go to 1 foot.
So we're live. As soon as a broom drops
must
below
stay
our
over
head,
your head the entire time.
Thank you, Docs. Or the
read your
cup
mind.
falls under. The cup falls over. The challenge is over too. So we're stuck here. Trent with a lot of foot movement, starting the challenge, getting comfortable.
I do think it's crucial, if we get to the point, those transition periods are going to be very difficult. That brief moment when you release
We are 1 minute into the competition, 1 minute.
Be detrimental to the whole balance of that cup.
And I'm very curious to see how Sneha is going to move her hands down the broom without running into that door/wall next to her. She might have a little bit of a footwork to do along with that as well, so that could be interesting to watch.
Yeah, she may be stuck behind that beam if we do get far into this challenge.
Both are stoic as ever.
Our explorers are competing for a guaranteed spot at final ascent. They're playing for exemption.
Pressure has not
We
been
are 2
higher
minutes
all
into
season.
this. Head underwater.
For Sneha, it would be her first individual exemption victory, and for Trent, his second. That's something to keep in mind as we head into the final ascent.
And
oh no.
We just lost Sneha's computer. I think that means that she is out.
No.
That's the case. Terrible circumstances for...
You can
For
lower
loss,
yours
but-
because Sneha we've lost her video, so she has been eliminated.
And that is the luck of an online
Trent,
game.
you have one
You are-
exemption. Sneha probably doesn't know this. Maybe her computer just shut down on her.
she could still be standing with a broom above her head.
Unfortunately, we lost your video, so we're gonna have to count you out. And Trent has won the final exemption challenge, which means at the next crossroads, Trent will be exempt. Robin will vote for Sneha. Sneha will vote for Robin. So Trent will decide. We are going to give you 15 minutes back at camp to discuss. So you may jump back to camp and discuss, and I will see you in 15 minutes.
All right, and the final exemption challenge comes to an end. It starts out with Sneha getting to a fast start, winning the first leg by about a mile, and Trent following after. So Robin is the first casualty of our final exemption challenge, and it's looking like the writing's on the wall for Robin. He's played a great game, but this almost looks like the end for him. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, it's pretty devastating to not even make it out of that first leg, but that math question is difficult. If you didn't take diligent notes or you're off by a number, you really can't solve it.
Yep, so he gets out, and we move on to the third leg of the challenge. Sneha and Trent going head-to-head in the head above water, where we run into technical difficulties, unfortunately, on the final challenge. But that's the nature of these games, is you're a victim to the internet sometimes. And Trent eventually pulls out the win because of Sneha's technical difficulties.
Yeah, it is a shame to see such an anticlimactic finish to a really interesting challenge, but that, like you said, that is the nature of these games. You take kind of the game that we've modeled ourselves after, the climate, the natural environment is going to be a huge factor, and in our games, the internet and technology kind of mirrors that uncontrollable aspect of the game. So it's a shame to see happen, but perhaps it doesn't bite Sneha in the butt and she can move on.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So I did say previously it looks like the writing's on the wall for Robin, but he's been great at putting together pitches earlier. I thought he was out the round that Carl went home, and he made a great pitch at Final Five. So the game's not over for anybody, certainly. It's definitely not over for Trent. He's got a big decision to make, and to see who he takes to the final two. We'll have to just check in with that after.
Yeah, if anyone can pull this off, I think it's Robin. We've seen his back up against the wall countless times in this game, and yet again, he's still here, but time will tell.
Time will tell indeed. All right, we'll check in with you later, Jack.
I did not win the exemption challenge. I guess the best way I can explain it is that my memory hasn't shown itself to be very good this entire game. The math equation was, doing the actual math was not that hard. It was the figuring out what numbers to plug in everywhere.
Good job, Trent.
Thank you.
Good job, Trent.
I think maybe if we want to take turns and go into the room with two people. Does that work for you guys? I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
I call this one the day I tied for the most immunities. Big challenge.
You know my pitch. I feel like you and I in the final two is the best option for both of us.
Oh, of course. It would be. Now, this is the point in the show where, everybody that likes him is like, come on,
Yeah, exactly.
Make the stupid move,
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, And,
I'm just glad it's you and I. And we're the ones that, I'm glad neither of us had to fight against Robin. I'm glad I didn't have to fight against Robin in that final broomstick, and then my computer crashed. I would have been even more angry.
Oh, that would have been
I was not as angry because it was you, because I knew that we had a plan going into this. So
right.
I wasn't too worried.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what in the world he can say. I'm just not sure, but anyway.
I freaking dominated the first two phases. I was done before either of them even finished their math problem. I was freaking dominating the first two phases, and then tech issues. Oh,
Oh my goodness. I almost won the challenge before, and then I almost won. Freaking tech issues got me down, and I lost with the final exemption challenge.
What's up, Trent?
Hey, what's up, Robin, my man?
Are you doing the math?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's probably the best way to do it for you.
Yeah.
And try and figure out which way you think each vote could go. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if you're thinking that the jury is going to vote based on like who they think played the best game, I would assume that I could get more votes than you. But if you're judging by sort of, you know, if they're judging it by like who they like more, I mean, Sneha is going to get a lot of votes in that sense. That would be that's my idea, you know, like, and I don't know, you know, I know for a fact that I know Jordan's going to vote for me. I know that Lainey is not going to vote for me because she told me she wouldn't if I didn't bring her. I don't know if she actually meant that, but she told me that. Michael is a wild card. Carl could be a wild card. Danielle, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like I think that if you take Sneha, it's maybe you're flipping a coin 50-50. And if you take me, then you're flipping a coin 50-50 that maybe I'll get a lot of votes or maybe I'll get nearly no votes. So I guess it's just up to you to weigh which one you prefer.
You know, they
what I
say
mean?
hindsight's 20/20. Decisions. So much fun. Well, that's what life is about. Decisions. So I'm sure I'm ready to make this one. And let's see. Now I'm gonna have to do some persuading. That's just all it is to it. I'm probably down, I would guess, either way. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Congratulations to our final three. We had an epic challenge. Congratulations, Trent. You have won the final exemption, which essentially means at this part of the game, you're going to decide who's going to sit next to you in the final ascent and who is going to be the last member of our jury, the seventh and final member of our jury. So Trent, I'm going to start with you. How did the conversations go back at camp?
They were really good. I mean, you know, both of these individuals were just incredibly respectful, and we had a great talk, you know, just about, and what I really liked about, you know, both of them is, you know, they understand that I'm going to do what's best for me and for my game, and they kind of laid out their case on, you know, why they think it might be the best option for me to take them. But I believe they were being sincere, you know, and I don't think there was any falseness in it. I think they understand that, you know, I'm a logical person. I can understand arguments. And then in the end of the day, I'm going to evaluate them and I'm going to make the best decision. And that's what this game is all about. It's all about choices. It's all about decisions. You know, I teach economics. That's what economics is all about. It's about decisions in life. You know, you've got to make them, and either you're going to be better off or worse off.
What's your pitch to Trent then?
I basically just laid out why Robin would not be the right move to take to the end. Just that he's made some of the bigger moves in this game, and he's just played a stronger game than I have. So I feel like for Trent, his best move would be to take me.
course, Robin, I'm going to ask you, because I know that Trent knows your pitch, but I don't know your pitch, so I'm going to ask you, what is your pitch to Trent?
Yeah, I got in a room with Trent, and I could see that he was kind of looking over to his right, and he was clearly, writing something down on a piece of paper. My pitch was going to be, hey, let's go up and down the jury and see where votes could fall, but he was already doing it. I told him that there are two kinds of juries. There's a jury that votes for gameplay, and there's a jury that votes based on emotion and who they like more as a person. And I think that if Trent thinks that this is a jury that's going to vote more on gameplay, he should probably take Sneha. And if he thinks that it's a jury that's going to vote more on emotion, he should probably take me. And then I said that no matter what he does, I respect his decision. And he has to do what's best for him. If it were me, I would do what's best for me. So I totally understand, and whatever he decides, I'm gonna respect it.
Good points, Trent. Was there enough time at camp for you to even consider what they have to say, or do you just listen to them to be respectful and then you do your own thing?
No, I wanted to give them both equal time. I know that's the way I would want to be treated if I were in that situation. I appreciate that they both were incredibly respectful to me, and they didn't do all this, talking bad about the other person and running them down. And, I just can't stand all that. So it was a wise move for both of them not to tear into the other person and talk about how awful they are. And, on all these competitions, that always turns me off, so I appreciate that and their attitude and their spirit. And I think they're both great people. I think everybody in this game has been somebody that, I guess we've just had an unusual season. We just got good people, and including these two. I'm going to make my case for me, and if that's not good enough, well, then that's okay.
So, Robin, what do you think?
I think it's pretty clear what's happening here.
Yeah, I'm not playing around.
No. I understand.
Robin, did you know what was happening when you came in?
I had a pretty good idea. I thought that maybe there was a small chance that he would take me, but I was gonna say if I were a gambling man. I am a gambling man, and if I had to put money on it, I would have put money on him taking Sneha, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's all good.
Well, you're all good people. You are right about something. It is an incredible cast, and it's been really fun watching you guys play. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add before we vote?
Good game, guys.
Congrats.
You all played
you
really
deserve
well.
it.
Let's still go to a Blue Jays game, though.
Absolutely. We're doing it.
All right, Trent has individual exemption tonight. Trent, do you want to shock us? Make this an interesting game and give up your exemption, or are you keeping it?
I'm going to keep it tonight.
Okay, all right, so we'll play this the simple way. Trent is keeping individual exemption, so that means you may not vote for him. It also means that Robin will vote for Sneha. Sneha will vote for Robin. Since we know that's the case, we're going to ask Trent to go to the voting booth and formalize the vote. I have the votes. The name of this person will be voted out of the game, and they will become the 7th member of the jury. Robin, I'm sorry, your expedition has come to an end. Do you have any last words for your party?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you both played undercover, underrated, great games. You both deserve to be in the final 2, and I had a lot of fun. And good luck with whatever is coming up in this game. Good luck to you both.
Thanks, Robin. It was fun playing with you.
Yeah, you guys got it.
All right, thank you, Robin. Robin, why don't you stick around here? We'll have some final words with you. Neha and Trent, you are done for the day. We will see you tomorrow, where you will begin your final ascent.
I guess I could have pitched myself a little bit harder to Trent, but I think he had his mind made up, and I don't think I could have tried to put the pressure on, but he just doesn't come off as the kind of guy that like would respond well to that. So I thought that doing the more sort of diplomatic sportsmanship approach would help my cause a little bit more, but you know, he took Sneha and sent me to the jury. So that's it.
And with that, our final explorer is voted out of the game. Robin goes home, Trent's one vote, and he decides to bring Sneha to the final. Jack, fill us in Robin's game and just shower some praise on him. I thought he played a fantastic game all season.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Robin played really well throughout the entirety of the game. You look even to day 0, he was able to create some relationships that helped him navigate through a difficult early rendezvous and pre-rendezvous. He was making moves throughout the game. You take pre-rendezvous, he's abducted, he decides to let go of his exemption and vote and makes the deciding vote to take out Jon Snow. Then you come to the rendezvous, he's in the majority, he's taken out Michael, and then him and Jordan decide to flip, and he basically kind of positions himself to take out whoever he wants. Then he has a great compass play at final 6 to negate 3 votes. Unfortunately, he loses his number 1 ally. He is able to navigate that final 5 where his back was up against the wall and take out Carl, probably his biggest threat to win the game. And then he wins a huge individual exemption at final 4, and he's just not able to win at final 3. But overall, probably the strongest resume of the entire season. And it's a shame to see him go at final 3, but for Trent and Sneha, it's definitely the right move.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, top to bottom, Robin's resume was fantastic. But that's not to say that Trent and Sneha haven't played their own very strong games. I mean, Trent has been a name floating around for people, I think, since day 1. People have had him on their radar and potentially, you know, let's get him next round. But people have had him on their radar the whole time. And Sneha showed through the math question, through the challenge, and everything that she's dialed into the game. And her social game, I mean, at one crossroads, she had a compass played for her, which is a huge play on her part to, you know, just have those relationships with people. So we still have a very strong final 2 going into this.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, and another thing that you have to think about, that compass was coming from someone that wasn't even on her original tribe. So the ability to foster those relationships cross-party is another testament to her social abilities. And I think Trent played a really under-the-radar game that hinged on threat management and timing. And he knew the right time to put his foot on the gas pedal and really take control of this game.
Definitely, and this jury's not going to go easy on him. I mean, you know, I predict a close vote. I don't truly know who I think is going to win this game right now. This was a very fun day of gameplay, lots of moves, lots of fireworks going on, great challenges. So we're going to call it a night, and we will see everybody at the final ascent. So for Sam Donovan, this has been Jack, and this has been a great episode of Expedition Online. Thank you very much.
My vote tonight is for, no surprise, Robin. Anyone with half a brain would have known that was going to be my vote before I let it slip anyway. But, you know, I've been playing open and honest the whole time. I just let it out. So, you know, I guess for viewing purposes, that probably wasn't the best thing in the world. But, you know, that's the way I am. So I talk openly. I don't hide it. Robin, you really are a good dude. I really like you a lot. But it would just be a stupid move to take you to the final. So, Sneha, you may beat me. And if you do, congratulations. But I think this is my best move, and I'm sticking to it.
We need the verification that you have eight ping pong balls in the cup. The first 2 explorers to get 8 ping pong, or 10 or 57 or whatever. Yeah, well.
We have to show our work. So
you do have to show your work.
I'm not going to tear Sneha down. You know, when we get to the final, and I don't respect that. I wouldn't respect that as somebody else, and I'm not going to do it. So
I don't know if everybody else picked up on it, but I really feel like Trent just had a Doc's moment there, and tipped your hand.
for the
So
show,
you're-
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but
Well, I also shouldn't have told you guys it was 8 cups, but here we are.
I'm too honest. That's my problem.
If anybody in the room can sympathize, it's this guy.
Hey, I'm in good company. You're a good dude.
Snehal, before we vote, I'll ask you, how nervous are you about the vote tonight?
Not nervous at all.
And let's hope they can cut that out. It's a long fucking night, man.
It's a long night.
Long night.
Docs, let me tell you something. I don't know what you do in your real life, but you are really good at this. Like, really good at this.
Go on.